So here are some substances that are man-made, some foam, metal, plastic, toothpicks, aluminum cans. So when I start collecting these things, I look at them. Of course, this was that, I love that foam that food is, comes on. It comes in different colors. Some of it already has a texture to it. Some of it. So what I've done is I've cut them down into squares and rectangles. Sometimes, I will look at it and, I don't know, I'll just start maybe playing around with a pattern, and this just sometimes gets me, I guess, started, Maybe I'm going to cut this up later, but I don't know. I'm just using the Sharpie, and the Sharpies are really good on the foam, on the metal and the plastic. You can kind of draw things on plastic, patterns. I don't know. We're going to put these things together. I'm going to show you how to do that. But right now I'm just sort of getting you into these substances, and after you collect them, just looking at them, and doing things with them. So sometimes with this plastic, I love cutting up this plastic, and I like cutting up the foam too. Where's that piece? This piece of plastic has, this was like a takeout food thing. I don't know, maybe I might cut this off and use this radial design. You guys know what that is, right? I'm taking off this strip here around the edge because I might use this thing for something. Maybe it's a focal point, I was looking at a couple of artists that do stuff like this, and you can, again, take your Sharpie. Don't use paint guys, use your Sharpies. That's why I gave them to you. And, yeah, reinforce it with some color here so you can see it. Yeah, just have fun with these materials before we start putting them together. So right now, I'm just introducing you to some of these substances. I love, one last thing on these aluminum can lids from my dog food, they can be cut up into these like little pieces which act as a reflector. I'm going to use these in some pumpkins I'm making as well. So yeah, this stuff here can be cut. It's a little sharp, so be careful. But sure, things like that. Aluminum cans, I would say maybe do some design in it. Go back to our sort of two-dimensional radial design that we did. Remember? You can draw on it. And finally, you girls or anyone who has some old jewelry, this is wonderful stuff. I've always been wanting to cut this one up because I lost a gem in here. But I might undo this, and I might use this chain for something. And finally, back to the foam again. Another thing you can do with foam is you can cut it, you can draw on it, you can also poke things through it. Okay, so these are some of the functions that you can do with these man-made substances. This might be a really good pivot, or you might be building with it this way. I don't know. You can use the hot glue gun, but before we put it together, I was just going through some of these substances. Look at this from onions, this netting. I don't know, I might do something with this. I might stretch it over something, to create a texture. Remember, you saw that texture video. Okay, so play around.